Hey everyone, welcome back to the THP Tech Studio. Today I have 3 irons in my hand, one you're very familiar with and two that are brand new. We've got Forge Tech from Cobra here, King Forge Tech, the OG, if you're familiar with. All kinds of crazy stuff going on with this power shell. I mean, you've heard all about it from us over here on the Hackers Paradise, but also from the great guys. Shout out to Yags and Jose over at Cobra, tungsten weighting, all kinds of good things. You've probably hit them for yourselves, and let us know in the comments if you have, because there are 2 new irons that have kind of been birthed from this single head. That's the cool part for this year. We have Forge Tech and Forge Tech X, 2 very subtly different products that will, I'm assuming, operate in a value that supports different types of golfers. I've not hit them yet. The fun part is we actually have a ton of content coming for you. Obviously a little different from the YouTube crowd who hangs out, but we will definitely provide a link in the description to our hardworking staff writers who are busy sharing all kinds of tech information on these heads, and I'm sure we'll hear from the guys from Cobra soon. I think the best thing now is to hit them both. I'm looking down here. Josh is hiding behind the camera. Josh, I'm gonna hit Forge Tech first. You think so? All right, he gives me the green light. This is the one I'm most excited about. It gives me sort of a closer gap vibe from the King Forge Tech of the past to more of that sort of bladed player iron gamer that I usually perform with. And here we are in the bay with Cobra's Forge Tech iron. Here's the truth. I forgot to record the overhead and we hit some really good shots. I want to keep that data in there to keep growing it. I think that benefits everyone who's involved. If you can see the overhead right now, you'll actually notice that there's quite a few golf balls on that green at 190 yards. So I didn't want to throw those away entirely, but I still wanted to walk through while I was hitting with you guys to experience these 2 heads. So let's really give them a rip here and see, now that we know what they can do, share with you guys. All right, first ball is out. We have, like I said, the Forge Tech in play. We'll be moving on to Forge Tech X here in a little bit. I'm chasing the green from 190. This is every bit of I've got with my 7 iron normally, if not a little bit more. So it's nice to see me cover that number. I want to circle back once I've hit another one on the sound. Having already hit a number of them, I'm really impressed with what Cobra's done. It is a continuation of the sound quality from the King Forge Tech of old. All right, that's actually a really nice shot as we try and stick it right into the hole there. Yeah, this is a lot of fun to hit. There obviously is a ton of benefits moving into that hollow body category. I think a lot of people get concerned when they're in a player profile. Can I have the kind of accuracy I'm looking for? And we've got probably 12 shots on the board, 2 of which I tried to work left and did. All the other ones are on the green. So I'm obviously making some pretty good contact today, but I think this is a beautiful representation of the more player style Forge Tech of this lineup. Let's hit one more. Just a tiny bit heavy on the head. Not a bad result, my goodness. Yeah, I thought that was gonna be terrible. Power shell on the bottom has obviously gone through a bit of an evolution over the years. Love to see the way it interacted there. Be curious for you guys to get out there and hit them outside as well to tell me what you think about that. Let's move into Forge Tech X, and then we'll go to table view when we compare the 2. And as promised, we are back now with Forge Tech X. Subtle changes to the more swing supportive style of the Forge Tech family. A little bit more top line, a touch more offset, so I'm told. Let's hit a few and then go to table view and compare the heads. All right, clean strike right out of the gate. Not my best strike, but still quite clean. I like that I started it just a little bit left the target, maybe a little bit of a swing flaw, and then kind of rolled back to it. I've played plenty of very forgiving irons in the past, and they sometimes once you hit it left, it just stays left. In this case, it really recovered nicely. Let's hit a couple more. Let's see if we can hit a couple great ones. All right, that is kind of pounded. You're going to see just about 200 yards of carry. I really came across on that nice, maybe the same swing I had before, except the face was controlled a little bit better. I like how reactionary this head is in the style that it's that's created. Obviously a bit more supportive, but I'm seeing the more I manipulate the head, more the shape of the ball works for me downrange. Yeah, that's nice. 134 mile an hour ball speed. I think all we do is hit one more and then head over. Final shot is away, 133. Just hung this out one a little bit to the right, and it's nice to see that little bit of diversity from my swing. Obviously, this club is supporting the differences there. Let's head to table view. As you can see on the green, I have actually hit a number of shots of Forge Tech X. It'll be fun to compare the total and see what they look like against the standard Forge Tech. As promised, here we are at table view talking about Cobra's Forge Tech irons. The really unfortunate thing is we had a really fun set with Forge Tech X where I was just absolutely blistering the ball. I didn't quite catch the recording on that, so we went ahead and left the data in just to represent the quality of those strikes. As you can see, we peaked at 132.2 mile an hour ball speed, which is pretty spectacular off of a 7 iron. But the regular Forge Tech was no slouch. I mean, we saw awesome deviation between the two heads. And for me, this is at 190 yards. I'm not usually pursuing this kind of tight dispersion. And you can see that both in the data as well as the grid view. What I think is most interesting about these two products is there's a couple of things really going for the two heads. The Forge Tech has a lot of control performance. It gets up early. It hangs a little bit and then sort of comes down to earth. I really like that about it, but you can see the benefits that are built into Forge Tech X for those who are chasing a little bit of extra distance or maybe need a little bit more support. You can see that more penetrating flight early on, but it still peaks really well and then carries through into the final target. That is really fun to see. It's a beautiful setup, and I love that we hit two heads that have a lot of similarities but actually present different findings when we do get into table view here. I think the best thing you can do now is take a look at our content on the THP homepage, read up on these great two irons from Cobra, and then go hit them for yourselves. We'd love to hear your feedback on the two new heads and how you feel they've improved from the previous lineup.